Okay, now if you say, Zubair, I don't have time, so let me give you a tool for that. So there's an excellent tool called Toggle right here. So you can actually, open, I have Toggle, I use it by the way. And then you can say, okay, what am I doing right now? I'm, doing a workshop, I'm working. So at the end of the day, you can get a report of what you actually spent time on. Okay, it can also, if you want to integrate it, it will also integrate with your phone or computer. It will tell you which programs you spent time on, how much time was YouTube versus whatever, right? Okay, clear? So we talked about 920. Good. So we have the last pillar we'll be talking about right now. That is divine assistance. Okay, so that's the thing, right? We should be chasing the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How do we get the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How do we get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The most important thing is, so anything that Allah has made obligatory. Okay, so salah, our families, whatever we are committed to, the obligatory things are things that will get us fastest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then you do the non-obligatory things. That could be anything else that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves or likes. And when we do that, we reach a stage in which we become like the wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As we keep doing that, we keep getting closer and closer to that state. So that should be our niyyah, that should be our goal that we are trying to achieve via different means. So we talked about this hadith. So again, this is a reminder. If we want to be successful, we have to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sins reduce the barakah, sins slow us down, and sins, put us away from what we want to achieve in this dunya and the hereafter. So very important to realize that we can't do it alone, and we are aiming to be getting that from the awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, focusing on our private worship and loving what Allah loves. That's also very important, right? So what Allah loves more, we should be loving more. So a lot of time people would be like, hey, you know what? I'm spending so much time in dawah and volunteering and coming to masjid committee meeting and being a volunteer in the masjid, right? Because it's cool too if you really think about it. If I spend time at home, you don't get as much appreciation as much you would get from the masjid board, right? So the masjid board would appreciate you more than your wife, than your husband, than your family, than your kids. But what does Allah love more? So something for us to think about, that even though that may be boring, even though we may not be appreciated, making sure that what's more important to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been taken care of before we do the extracurricular things. So Quranic formula of success in leadership is what? Salah and dhikr, remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then execution is via sabr, being consistent and being patient, being disciplined. So another very important topic is a video linked to it, is basically connecting with the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How much time do we actually give to the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Not only reading, but also reflecting, right? Contemplating on that and so on and so forth. So here are some of the things that you can do, right? When you are opening the Quran as a suggestion. So as you read a verse, ask yourself, what does this verse tell me about Allah? Which kind of people is this verse talking about? Which qualities is this verse talking about? Is there a promise of Allah in this verse? Is Allah saying that if you do this, I will do that? Okay. Is it reminding me to focus on something else? And what kind of mindset is this giving me? So we did some of these examples earlier, but here is some of the examples, right? And if you take a look at this document that's linked there, Benefit from Quran. So we are going through this series, and each time we do a verse or two, we try to give you some pointers so that you can think about it as you do your own self-reflections. So remember what? Safety first. You buckle up when you drive. So make sure that you are safe from sins, and you repel the sins by doing tawbah and so on and so forth. So that was my chat on my lecture. Now the question is, what did you actually learn? Right? So what am I going to take away? So the more you tell me now, the happier I would be that at least you guys are retaining something. So we will go around and then we'll see what you guys learned. Should we start with you?
You need to have a plan.
You need to have a plan. Good. Okay. Other?
Focus.
Focus. Nice. Abdullah?
Probably first lead yourself. Be the best. The best.
Okay, good. First lead yourself.
Safety first.
Safety first. Nice. Okay, we'll let you go. Sister?
that if you want something in life, you have to definitely have an intention for it, plan for it, take action, and ask Allah.
Good, Jazakallah khair.
I have the Quran talks about self-improvement and how that's important in Islam.
Okay, good.
I really like the point that you brought up about thinking about the alternative parts of doing Hereafter and what will happen.
Good. Okay, yeah, so here's a quick recap. So we talked about the 5 pillars of success. We talked about clarity, where do I want to be and when. So you want to have a deadline around it, dating around it, like you put some sort of a schedule around it. And then you plan for your first employee. And then you realize that, hey, I have to lead myself first. And then we talked about mindset, faith, yaqeen, strategy and ideas, execution. So under execution, we talked about a lot of things: sabr, types of friends, planning and accountability, power of habits, task management, focus management, schedule management, and finding time, and divine assistance. So now call to action is for you to complete this worksheet, please. And you can also do the same thing for other areas of your life. So the links on that on the page will actually give you the worksheet, blank sheet, and you can print it and you can do it for other areas of your life as well. So set goals for your next 3 months. Make sure you have a plan, you have ideas on what you will do. Take a picture of this thing, email yourself and set a calendar appointment to review it after 3 months. Send it to me as well. I'll be happy to take a look at that. And then, yeah, every week you have a weekly plan. And don't forget to have divine assistance, and you can do that. Get more of it by salah, dua, Quran, being kind to parents and relatives, and staying away from sins. So these are other resources that you have on your paper as well. That's it. Good. Jazakumullah khair. And thank you so much for taking the time on this Friday night. I hope it was beneficial. I hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts barakah in it and make it beneficial. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to take them. If not, then that's about it. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika.